Ladies and gentlemen, 0.18.4 has just released, including a pretty major change to dungeons that's going to lead to the price of Hyperions rising. My name is Derailious, welcome back to Skyblock News, and let's launch right into it. Starting off with the patch notes, we only have a few things to go over here. The corruption enchant is now applicable to fishing weapons. Items with more than one ingredient in their recipe can now be compacted, including the enchanted golden carrot and the enchanted cookie. And SP Bingo has been added as an alias to the Bingo command. They also made some changes to sprays. Essentially now they can be, filtered through. I think this is a good change. I don't think anyone would complain about this. And then we have sacks, in which a lot of things have been added to a lot of sacks. Mostly the second tier of many enchanted items, things like mutant netherwort, polished pumpkins, and even things like whipped magma cream and other items as well. Super enchanted eggs have been added to the husbandry sack. Essentially, this has just been a further improvement on the sack system. I'm pretty happy about this. I don't think anyone would be complaining. And then we have the bug fixes, in which there are a lot, but only one or two of them really matter. So the change here has to do with meters, and yes, this means it affects handles. Handles previously, and for any other item that was a meter in dungeons, you could not necessarily fill up the meter all the way, drop the item, and then it wouldn't reset. Essentially how this worked was you could get your meter to like 80% on this handle, let's say. You would have an increased drop rate. You would be dropping it every 300 runs on average instead of every 1,000. And then, whenever you got it, it wouldn't actually reset, and people were using this to their advantage, dropping a lot more handles than previously thought possible. Now, that increased the price because obviously for every handle that goes into the economy, there needs to be 3 scrolls in order to make it a viable, usable item. That was increasing the price of these scrolls by a lot. And now, since this has been fixed, whenever you drop a handle, it will immediately reset the meter. I do think that we'll see some changes to the prices. Obviously, handles are going to become more expensive, and they already are. If I go to the auction house right now and I click on the auctions browser, you can see that the price is already around 950 million and going up to around $1 billion. This is up from the 850 million it was at a few days ago. However, I would imagine that this means that the price of scrolls will no longer continue rising out of control, potentially even decreasing a little bit. Now, obviously, there is a lot of inflation in the economy right now, and that is the fault of many things, notably Garden, but also I imagine that this wouldn't really lead to any more price increases for the Hyperion. Maybe in the short term we'll see a price increase, because obviously people are adjusting to the economy changing, but in the long term I imagine it stabilizes around a price below 3 billion coins. In my opinion, still a little too high. I would like to see them maybe tweak the drop rates of some of these items in the future, but hey, that's just my thoughts, and I'm not really a pro gamer. I don't really play this game a crazy amount, so I'm probably not the best person to talk about something like that. Overall, while this update wasn't the most major, I do think it includes some pretty great quality of life features that a lot of people are going to enjoy, and obviously the bug fixes are always cool. There was a lot of them in this update, so I recommend checking out the patch notes down below. At the end of the day though, my name is Derailious, thank you so much for watching this video till the end, and look to the future fellas, because I will see you then.